I argue that financial independence and retiring early, or FIRE, is only good for people making a lot of money doing something they don't like. For most of us, retiring in our 30s is just the wrong objective. I advocate that earning financial independence and then using the freedom to pursue your life purpose through work is a more fulfilling path. My name is Marcio. I had three startup exits in the past and I was financially independent in my 40s. And today I'm still working, engaged with technology and product development. So I'm living that alternative. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you what you gain by following a path similar to mine, a fulfilling working career and a more meaningful life. So stay with me and don't go anywhere. Welcome to Careers Cast, and I want to look at the first point in the episode today, which is what's wrong with FIRE. Pursuing financial independence is a good and healthy objective to have, but retiring early, in my view, is not a good objective when you are in your 20s or your 30s. Early in your career is a lot more important to optimize your actions towards long-term success than it is to optimize for short-term financial return. And what's wrong with FIRE is that finding success, finding financial independence is not a likely result if you're doing something you don't enjoy. If you enjoy doing, why is it that retirement is your main goal, right? So the problem with the FIRE, in my view, is this disconnect where your goal, which is early retirement, sabotages the actions you need to take to get there. And if you find a way to build a successful and fulfilling career, then financial independence, happiness, success come as a consequence, not as a goal. As a personal testimony, I took when I after selling one of the startups I was involved with, I became, for the most part, financially independent in my early 40s. I did take a break from corporate life. I did decide to explore other things in my interest areas. But very quickly I realized that I had invested a lot of my life time in building a career, in building the skills, and that's what I love to do. That's what I did very well, and was my main lever for me to fulfill not only my personal aspirations, but for me to have an impact in the world. So I very quickly realized that what I used to call work, right, was going to continue to be part of my life, and that's what I believe will happen with you and with everyone else. Right, retirement is not what you think. When you are in the 20s or the 30s, it's too early for you to think about retirement. I guarantee that your notion of what being retired means is going to evolve as you mature as a professional and as a person. So it is very important when you get to that point where you're thinking about earning the freedom, right, to do what you want. It is very important for you to set your second act and think how do you remain engaged with topics that we call work, because I think that's going to be important for anyone who develops their fulfilling career. So what's the best way, right? What's my recommendation is that you find your purpose in life through work. There is a Japanese term that's Ikigai. Ikigai translates roughly to purpose in life. And Ikigai is a combination of four factors. It is doing what you love to do, doing what you do very well, do something that's useful to others, and do something that delivers value and provide you with a way to make a living, right? And if you can find the intersection of those four factors, you find your Ikigai, and that's really the secret of happiness through work. And if you do that, then eventually you get your financial independence, and then you always have the option, right, to retire if that's what you want. I predict you're not gonna do that, and but I think that point, right, is a good point to solidify what you consider to be your personal mission. So as an example, about a year ago, I decided I was gonna leave my cushy job as a Google director uh, to pivot my career, and I want to go back to my entrepreneurial roots. So today I engage with startups as an investor, as an advisor, as a coach. And I'm also exploring media and education because I want to help enable the next generation of innovators, and the work in this channel, the YouTube channel, is part of that context. So I do have a personal mission that I articulated, is published on my website, and you can also check if you want. The URL is gonna be here. And just summing up, my advice for today is that pursue FIRE principles. I encourage you to look at FIRE, what the FIRE people are thinking, and I think there are good things there. They encourage you to early in your career to save money, to invest it wisely, but do it as a means of earning freedom rather than a way of abandoning work or retire early. That's really my advice, because financial independence is a tool, not a destination. Find your purpose, and you'll find a richer, more fulfilling life. If you're still with me, I suggest you watch the next video, which is about Ikigai, about how you find, or my advice in finding the intersection of those four factors so that you can find your Ikigai at work. And if you like this discussion, please subscribe and share. And I see you in the next episode of Careers Cast.